guys, welcome back to another video. As the end of the month approaches, I think you know what to expect from me, although I'm not sure if I will do a wrap-up for December. I don't know just yet, but this month of course we're doing a wrap-up, so all the books I've read and my opinions on them. And by the way, I don't know how well you can see all the colors and everything, but my hair is a bit redder. I'm not 100% convinced and 100% happy with the results, but we had to start somewhere. Next time I know what to tell her exactly. So yeah, what do you think? Okay, this month wasn't the best when it comes to reading, and I mean the books were not the best, and I didn't have much time. Everything has just picked up the tempo this month. Picked up the tempo, and so I couldn't read as much. But yeah, I'm going to start with the one and only book that is, English and available to most of you, and that will be Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. It's a pretty hefty book, and if you watch Cat Paperback Dreams, you probably heard or already read this book. And I heard many good things about it, mostly from Cat, but also from other people. And Cat, if you know, is known for reading quite gory and sometimes brutal thriller and horror novels, and not many things seem to get to her, if you know what I mean. She's quite resistant to everything, but this one seemed to really move her, so I was like, wow, what is in that book? And a quick trigger warning for you: if you're sensitive to the topics of sexual violence and suicide, I wouldn't recommend reading this book. And if you want, you can skip to here if you even don't want to hear many things about it. So yeah, continuing on. So to some extent I do agree with Kat. The author, Karen Slaughter, described those acts of violence in detail, very realistically sometimes, and some parts were really stomach turning. But then there's 400 pages left to fill, and I just think this book was simply too long. There was too much of going back and forth, reminding of the information that we already knew and were repeated quite a bit of times. And in my amateur eyes, I think this novel could have been wrapped up into 250 pages, and maybe then it would have made an even bigger, stronger impact. I also hated that one comparison comes, I'm going to just tell you that I was delighted reading this. It was such a treat. I appreciated the change of scenery because our three main protagonists got to go on a school winter break trip, and thanks to that we got to know a few interesting characters, and it was just slightly different than the rest. There was even a little infatuation situation between our main guy and a girl from another city, so that was really cute. But the author really impressed me with his ideas in this one. I was amazed at how someone could even come up with something so intricate, you know, and still describe it so well and make it understandable for younger group of people, and like intertwine some fun facts and information about technology and science. It's just an amazing creation of science, knowledge and creativity. I really loved it, and I learned a few things about physics, so the more you know, right? It's just an amazing book, and I cannot wait